Welcome to Healing the Spirit, a space where we awaken our creativity, deepen our connections, and remember who we are through the lens of astrology, archetypes, and art making. I'm your host, Jonathan Coe. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. If you are listening to this, you are one of the paying subscribers on Substack. I first and foremost want to share how deeply grateful I am, all the way from the bottom of my heart, for your support. It really means a lot to me. This podcast has been a home for me. That's what it feels like. It's been a place where I show up in devotion and share the insights I receive in my own practice. And it's been truly a joy to know that it resonates with a lot of people. And earlier this year, when I connected with the spirit of the podcast, it became clear that the podcast would love in its next evolution to receive support from the people who are listening to it. So you are one of those people, and I'm so grateful for you being here, for you supporting, your trust and your generosity, and your honestly vote of confidence means a lot to me. So I really appreciate you. So in the next few episodes, shall we call it episodes? I think that feels right. What I want to do is I want to share a practice that I've been doing for maybe a few years at this point, which is at the start of the year, I talk to the spirit of the year. Now, I believe that every year, every month, every week, every day, every hour that we live really has its own spirit. And because we live in a universe that really prioritizes the agency of every soul and spirit, these spirits have their own agenda and they have their own wisdom that they want to share with us. And so this practice personally has been incredible for me because it shows me things that I don't always see when I am looking at the astrology or when I'm looking at maybe pulling some tarot cards, right? Direct connection to the year itself and to the spirit of time that is fractally represented by this year is a unique experience. So I want to share this with all of you with the intention to give you something to chew on and also provide a kind of energetic expansion, a kind of visionary expansion, because we all perceive reality slightly differently. And I believe that when I share the messages, the transmissions that are uniquely moving through my being, that if you are called to it, if this post was calling to you and you decided to spend time listening to it, there's something here for you as well that can potentially open up certain awarenesses and knowings and hopefully just enrich your experience and your perspective as you walk through this world. So the first theme that I received from the spirit of 2026 was synthesis, and specifically the phrasing that I heard was synthesis at long last. The first piece of information that came through was this imagery of a swirling motion, and then immediately I saw this picture of whirlpool in the middle of an ocean and how that is a mirror or a sister image to the swirl in the galaxy, or the spiral, or the eye of the storm. So all of these imageries, they all seem to be connected. There's something about the gravitational pull that the swirling motion has that seems to be related to this idea of synthesis. And also, I was hearing the word coalescing. So when I ask the spirit of 2026 for more information, here's what I heard. For a long time, many of you have been wondering how to use all of your gifts. This is the year where things can come together, if you allow it to. For some of you, this shows up as wondering who you are. In other words, the journey of understanding the self and meeting the self, this journey is actually connected to an inner sense that there are different gifts that you possess, and they don't make sense together. And then I also heard that synthesis means that a lot of disparate parts, ideas, and versions of self that don't seem to go together are finally beginning to talk to one another in 2026. Things are finally making sense. So I want to talk a little bit more about this, just to expand the point a little bit more. I thought the most interesting part about this transmission was